Other than losing cup finals or suffering relegation, the next most painful thing in football are blisters. In this video, I'll provide you with some tips on how you can prevent blisters and make your playing experience a lot less painless. One of the best ways to prevent something from happening is knowing what causes it. So what causes blisters is basically the friction between the skin on your feet rubbing against the materials that comprise your football boot. So that could be the sock, that could be the heel liner, it could be the insole, any of those things. The friction results in your skin getting irritated, which causes a blister to form. So the first thing I would recommend to prevent you from getting blisters when you play football would be a good pair of grip socks. And I mean a good pair, not like those rubbish ones that you get for like maybe around £4, £3 that you see sometimes, but like a very good pair. If you're struggling on brands to get, I've got a whole playlist. I've made a few videos on a few of the brands that I've used. I use quite a few, so please check that out on my channel, as well as also check other reviews as well. So yeah, what grip socks basically do is they prevent your feet from moving. So if your feet aren't moving, there's no rubbing in the material, there's a lot less friction, which results in less blisters. The second tip would be similar to the first one, but would be to use a thicker pair of socks if you can. Or maybe even double socking as well. So the idea behind that is that if you're using a thicker pair, there's a bigger layer between the materials of your boot and your skin. So the friction that would result in blisters is reduced by a larger margin, and the likelihood of you getting blisters is a lot less. So this next tip would need for you to know like the problem areas of your boot, so where you're most susceptible to getting your blisters. So whether at the heel area, I know people who've worn the Phantom GTs or the Mercurial Vapor 14s, 15s, so like the last few variations where you're wearing the lower cut variation. I've had issues myself where they've had friction or blisters around the Achilles heel area. So yeah, this one's particularly good for you, or if you're maybe at the base of your foot as well, it works either way. So it might sound weird, but Vaseline. I know some use Vaseline for other stuff.
What do you mean by that?
But yeah, Vaseline's gonna do the trick this time. The Vaseline literally just adds like a lubricant. So if you the best way I can actually put it is like in layman's terms would be like, you know, when you mop the floor and it's slippery, basically the reason why it's slippery is because the water's made a layer which has reduced the friction of the floor, so that's why you tend to slip more on wet floor as opposed to when it's dry. So yeah, it works the same way as that. So rub the Vaseline on those problem areas, so when the rubbing does happen when you're playing football, there's a lot less friction on the area because your skin's more lubricated, and the likelihood of blisters is a lot less. But I don't know, maybe a bit of a drawback of that would be that I guess the rubbing would cause your skin to dry out. But you know, as in the lubricant will still do its job to slow down the process, I guess. And to be honest, some of you need the Vaseline regardless. I know a lot of you out there have very dry feet. So tip number 4 would be using either a different insole or using heel inserts in place of your football boots. So in terms of the heel inserts, they'll keep your heel locked in place, so there's no rubbing against the heel area, and so no friction from that, so no blisters. And then in the case of the insoles, maybe you want to use foam insoles instead, or maybe possibly gel insoles as well, something with a lot less friction than like the kind of fabricy material that they use on top of most insoles in football boots. And for the final tip, this one's a bit more tedious and it requires you knowing the problem areas again, and that would be using plasters. So again, the plasters, because they're smoother, there'll be less friction and results in less blisters. In terms of what types of blisters you can use, there's different types. So you can use, I think, regular plasters as well, and I think there's special blister plasters that you can also use. But yeah, again, they work like similar to the other ones. They reduce friction by offering a smoother surface for like when the material is rubbing against your skin, and in that case you won't get blisters because yeah, smoother surface, less friction, yada yada yada. And that is it for the video, guys. If my voice sounds a bit off than usual, it's because I currently have COVID. But yeah, if you thought the video was sublime, like the video. If you thought it was subpar, still like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've got loads of exciting new videos coming this summer especially. Make sure to follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, yeah, I think that's it. Or whatever you see on screen, yeah, follow those. Oh yeah, and once again, my name has been Sub. This has been SubStanceFtbl. Thanks for watching. Peace out.